And you talked about the age limit. At the moment, you're 32, right? Is that
Yeah,
correct? So let's
32.
say that they extend the age limit for the next edition, for the next year, to let's say 35. So would you consider joining the Miss Universe Singapore pageant next year?
Well,
Hello, everyone. My name is George, and today I have a very special guest with me. She is Miss International Queen 2023 first runner-up, Qatrisha Zairyah from Singapore. So, hello. How is everything going on?
well, I felt that after the pageant, I think it's almost 2 months after the pageant, and it's kind of overwhelming at first. Like in Singapore, we have a few news came out about me competing for this prestigious
Yes.
international pageant. So I felt that I think it's about time, like for us to rise and shine, because in Singapore it's a bit hard, like we get positions in a beauty pageant because nowadays beauty pageants set like a new goal. It's not like a normal beauty pageant nowadays. It's more like an advocacy, like what we want to bring to the stage for the world to know who we truly are as an individual.
Yes. And you must be very proud of yourself because you made history as the highest placing Singaporean woman at the biggest trans pageant, Miss International
Yeah.
Queens. You should be very proud of yourself, like a good pat in the back. Before we start the interview, I have some questions. It's more of an icebreaker, so I'll give you two options and you can pick one. Do you prefer to drink coffee or tea?
I'm a coffee person, so every morning without fail, I have to drink coffee, but with straw to protect my teeth.
Which season do you prefer? So, winter or summer?
Well, I'm a tropical girl who love tropical vibe. Actually, I'm a munchies person, so either or it's fine. But with cheese, usually it's with wine. But chocolates is more like snacking, like while watching TV, Netflix. From my talent show for Miss International Queen, I did brought with me my two girls, which is really close to my heart. Like we grew up together since high school, and yeah, and all of us are transitioning in our own ways. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was a national costume, right? You had the beautiful, like a flamenco pink feathers. It was so beautiful. So, how did you come up with that idea for the national
Well,
costume?
that idea was actually from one of the well-known drag queens, which is called Opera Tang.
Uh,
She did design for her own costume in some of the drag shows, and I did approach her like, could I borrow some of your costume for me to bring it to the international stage for the world to see like how talented our drag queens are in Singapore. So I want to bring that talent on the stage too. But then she surprised me with a nice flamingo pink to represent a pink dot, which is we celebrate our LGBT. Oh, that's cute. LGBT Pride Month parade in Singapore, which is once a year. We have it, and to bring everyone together, it's more like a celebrate individuality and also celebrating all families.
right. Yeah, it was really cute. And like it felt like a showgirl because, like I said, the Miss International Queen pageant is being held in Tiffany show, right? It's a
Yeah,
cabaret show. So I thought it
yeah.
was a perfect way for you to kind of incorporate your background as well
Ah,
as have a good meaning behind it, a good story
yeah.
behind it. I think it was a really good way of you to do that. So I really liked it. Your national costume. It
Thank
was beautiful.
you.
Big. Yeah.
I do have like all those supporters from not just from my country in other country who actually love how we put in together like in collaborate with our pink dot to my national costume because I don't want to do it like more like Singapore River like Malayan all this I want to do something different.
So I wanted to take you back a couple of years ago. So just to make it correct for all the peoples, you are Malay, right? Like your
Yes.
ethnicity, Malay. Okay, just making sure. So where did you grow up in Singapore, and how was your childhood?
Well, my childhood, I brought up with a beautiful family, with more religious family, I must say. And I felt that I do have a supportive mom and siblings with me who actually know who I truly are. I mean, as a Muslim,
Mhm.
we don't encourage or support, but then again, I always apply this to myself. Like when my mom says, I wouldn't want to see anything much, but as long as you are happy. And I continue transitioning, and I met my partner back in national service in military. So I went there for 2 years. So that's where I met my love of my life. And yeah, I think we already 12 years together.
Oh, that is so
Yeah,
sweet. So you went to the Singapore military, which I believe every guy has to do it there, right? Like everyone has to like do, I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
a couple of years. And you went there as a single person. You came out with a husband. Oh my God, that is that is so unique. That is so
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and we got married like 8 years ago. So after I transitioned, I did all my post and pre-ops. I think it's about time for me, like to
Uh-huh.
find someone that really can attach to me and really close to my heart. And of course, I think this is an inspirational story for people to know, like from our country. Like nothing is impossible, like you just have to believe in yourself, follow your hearts. That's where you can achieve your dreams.
Yes, but that is a really good story because a lot of people, especially they think when you're trans or you're part of the LGBTQ community, it is difficult to find a lover or a partner, right? So that
Yeah,
is so nice that now you said 12 years you've been together with him.
yeah, we have been together for 12 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it is possible, guy. Just don't go to searching for it. He will come to you. That guy will
Yes,
come to you in your life. Yeah.
that's always like a miracle, or just have to believe in destiny. Like
Uh,
in order for you to overcome whatever fear that you have, I think it's about time for you to be visible enough for you to
yeah.
shine as an individual. I think that's a beautiful thing that you can do in life.
Oh, that is so sweet. I'm so happy for you because even in Thailand, like we have beautiful, trans women, but they always tell me that it's very hard to find a boyfriend or like to find a lover. So it's good that you found it like 12 years ago. So no worry for you. So can we talk about your education background? So what did you study? It could be your high school, or your further education, and how did you become in the fashion industry? Because now you said you work in the fashion industry, right? So can you
Yeah.
please talk about
Um,
that?
Actually, I studied as a high school in business retail, which is in collaborate of me working as a fashion advisor. I enjoy communicating with people. Like from back then, I think I'm a very published person. I can easily to adapt people. So that's how I interact with my client, not just from our local client, but around the world. That's where I know their background, like their relationships, their lifestyle. That's how we have our regular client to actually for us to communicate with and also to interact further. And I think as a fashion advisor, I think that's the thing that we should have individually in ourselves. Yeah, and that's why it brought me up to fashion. So I know how the fashion style nowadays, and at times I educate my partner, my family, my friends. So I think it's a good thing, like for
Right.
us.
Yes, definitely. And I think it's maybe because fashion industry does accept us, right? The LGBTQIA plus community. So it seems that a lot of us do kind of gravitate towards the fashion industry because I also have a
Right.
fashion degree. I have a bachelor's in fashion design. So I think like when you said that you're into styling, into fashion, I was like, okay, we have something in common. So I think we
Yeah,
will get along really well.
me
Yes.
too.
I loved the evening gown that you wore, the golden one for the finals. So
Oh.
how did you end up wearing that? Like that was such a masterpiece. So can we please talk about that?
Right. Okay. So I arrived in Bangkok. Like I think few days before we have to arrive on the actual day for the Miss International Queen. When I touched down, I have a close friend in Thailand, which is called Grace Pimpisa. She's one of the winner, the queen for Miss Equality World back then when I was competing with her in Bali.
Okay.
So we became close, and she has a lot of a friend, so she have this designer like who willing to sponsor me like an evening gown for my preliminary. So when I touched down, I went to his boutique, which is called the Grace May Bangkok, the designer, and he asked me to choose like a gown for my preliminary. So I tried a few gowns, and there's one really caught my eyes, which is the silver gown that I wore for preliminary round,
Uh-huh.
and it fitted me just like a socks. Like when it zip up, I think it's mine. Like it's meant for me, and everyone agrees. So I did video call with one of my friends and best friends in Singapore, like what do you guys think about my discount? And well, everyone agrees, so I just say, okay, this is it, this is the gown that I'm gonna wear for my preliminary. Of course, I do have some gowns that I brought together with me from the local designer, which
Uh-huh.
is one of the traditional outfit, and they make it into more like a gown version,
Mhm.
with that I wore for the gala night. And I can't wear. I mean, probably I have a better options in Thailand, and that's where I met the designer, and he surprised me. He surprised me for my final gown. He said he gonna do one for me. Then
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, can I see that? It was like surprise. So like 2 days before my final, and it's ready. So I go and try. Oh my god, it's phenomenal. Like I don't know how he do it in a week plus to
Oh
complete
wow, that's
everything.
quick. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is it.
Yes.
I think he after he get to know me, he knows who am I. So he felt that this gown is really meant for me. It's gold,
Uh-huh.
it's really bold, and it makes me shine. And with a touch of red color beads over it, I think it's just beautiful. It's magical. When I wear them, I was like, oh my god, this is really me, and I'm so happy that and proud like what the designer did.
For me, the golden was just next level. It was masterpiece.
Thank
It
you.
looks you look like a queen in the golden
Oh
outfit. When I saw you, and I was like, "Is she good?" Like, I was thinking because I had you in my top three. You saw the video, right? Like in my
yeah.
prediction, I had Singapore in my top three. So I thought, is she going to wear the same one that she wore for the prelims? Or is she going to change it to maybe even more extravagant, grand evening gown? And you came up in that golden gown. I was like, oh my god, I think she's gonna win. Like I thought, like for me, I was like, she looks like a winner already. Like, it's
Oh,
stunning. Beautiful.
I mean
So, quick shout
everyone.
out to your designer as well. Can we talk about your pageant experience? You did tell me before we recorded that you have joined three pageants, right? So, how did you get into beauty pageants? Because yes, you were a model before you were in the fashion industry. So, why beauty pageants? Yeah.
Well, I find that the first beauty pageant that I compete was in Singapore back in 2021. So I won the beauty pageant title, which is called Miss Equality World Singapore. And I think that is like the platform that I have, and it grew me like or to make me feel like who am I? Like I think I'm being myself. I think this is a platform that I need. I think from back then, I felt that I think I'm it wasn't too late, but then again, to enter an international stage, I think there's a certain age limit. Like for me, like I find that okay, this is a little platform for me to grow. And after I won, there's Miss Transtar, which is from Spain, Barcelona, approached
Mhm.
me like, do you want to compete? Because if you were to compete, this is the first Singaporean queen who gonna compete in the international stage in Barcelona. So I was like, I think like, oh my god, am I ready? I'm not sure if I'm ready, but I have support from my friends. I think they say I think it's a good time for you to try before, because I have already a thought in mind like I want to join Miss International Queen, but I'm not sure when like am I ready for it, because it's one of the largest beauty pageant for trans women. So I try this pageant in Spain, and I find that wow, all the girls like Latinas was wow, like when I go there I was like
Tough,
it's
right?
amazing.
Tough competition. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my, it's a real competition, like everyone go there like 100%, like there's no second thoughts.
Yeah.
So when I was there, I enjoyed every moment, and my roommate was Miss Thailand.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, she's Nata. She's Miss Thailand for Miss Transstar. So she's one of my closest one right until today. Like we still contact. I think, and also for me, beauty pageant, it's not just about we compete for our country. And for me, this is the time that we can share our stories, like from the girls from around the world. Like we want to know like how's their country like accepting people like us.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we grew from there together individually. And of course, after that moment, I think I'm kind of ready after I won third runner up in Miss Transa, and I
That's
got
good. So you in
yeah.
top five. That's a good placement in international pageant. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in top five. I'm the only Asian in top five for that competition. The rest
Okay.
are all Latinas. So I was like, oh my god, am I? Is this for real? So my best friend came. He came alone to support me, and of course, I appreciate every single moment that I have with all the girls. You know, we chat, although we have some language barrier, but we still find ways to like interact with one another with emotions. So followed by Miss Equality World, which is the one that I won in Singapore. So I have to represent my country for the
Right.
next one, which is 3 months later. So it
Oh, so
was
that was a really quick like jump from Miss
yeah.
Trans to this one. Okay.
So it was like from March. So the competition next is in June.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I think I absorbed and I learned a lot. I think it's pretty fresh for me. So I bring it to the next level. So I
Huh.
joined Miss Equality World to represent my country again, and I got third runner up again.
Again. Okay.
Again, I got third runner up. So I think I overcome this like I set my goal like I think I want to grow. I find that determination in myself like to grow further or to move forward. Like because I don't want to disappoint my country. I have this feeling of myself like if I were to go to Miss International Queen, do I have like a better placement or do I make my country proud? Like I think it's a greater stage for the world to see like who we truly are as a Singaporean, and and I find that okay, let's do this. So I submit my application.
You already had two international pageant
Yeah.
experience. You did really good, top five both times. So how do you prepare for the Miss International Queen for this particular pageant? How did you prepare?
For this Miss Internet, since I have experience, I think this experience brought me forward for Miss International Queen. And I think I Google a lot. I watched so much of YouTube of beauty pageant from normal beauty pageant like Miss Universe, and definitely an iconic one I always look up to is Miss Universe Thailand and Miss Universe Philippines. Like something that I feel that I can get inspired by with their experience. So I think when it comes to beauty pageant, I think it's more like an advocacy. So I
Mhm.
prepare myself. I think I did one of the campaign in Singapore, like HIV awareness. So I think it's about time for me to have in-depth of interview around with the judge. So I told them about what we have, about inclusivity and what we can do for the society. And definitely this is like an one of the preparation that I did for my stories behind what I have for my society and community. And of course, to prepare me like for this prestigious beauty pageant, I keep watching the previous year and I find that okay, I can see myself there.
Yes.
I don't have like in Singapore, it's hard for us to have like a sponsor. It's not as huge as in other Asian country, like the powerhouse country of pageantry. So I collected my own money, like I entered with my own spending. Everything is on me. So it's okay because I don't do this for myself. I do this for my community. And with that, not much of money that I have, I think it's about you, about yourself, how you bring that on stage and how
Right.
you present yourself, and your personality actually speaks from your inside of yourself. And I think I have that, and I have that confidence for me to go up there and tell my stories and the message that I want to spread positivity to, for our community especially, and not just for my country, and from for the world to see like who the Singaporean trans women are, like how our country can accept people like us. I think it's about time for them to get inspired by my stories, and also they can share this to their people from their country.
Yes, and you being a Malay Muslim woman from Singapore, they do people do tend to think certain religions are a little bit more conservative than let's say like Buddhism, right? In Buddhism, we don't really like have much discrimination with the LGBTQI plus community. It's kind of part of the life. But let's say Muslim or like other religion, they do have a little bit of restrictions. Let's say did you kind of you felt like I have to overcome this because now you're the flag bearer for all the Muslim trans women out there, right? So how did you feel being there on the stage and you in the top five? So now this is no, top five or top six?
Top six.
Top six, sorry. So you're in the top six, and you're like, okay, you have a fighting chance of winning that crown. So how did it feel? Did you have like a lot of pressure?
Definitely pressure. Okay, to be honest, right, my aim in this largest beauty pageant, I didn't aim much, but my aim was just top 10. Like I hope like okay, maybe top 10 is good enough. At least Singapore have a placement actually to clear to have this history in beauty pageant. I was shocked that I got chosen to top six after our top 11 of our swimming suit round. And
Okay.
I was like, look at my reaction. I was like,
You're like, ah.
oh my God, I can't believe myself. Like, people believe in me, but I felt that I have something like restrict me, but I just really need to go all out. And after I got into top six, I was like, oh my God. And I cried backstage, like, oh my God. I was like, I'm not sure what am I supposed to do. Like, did I prepare much for the top six? So I hope I did make my fans, my country proud. And when it comes to top six, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna compete. That there's a six of us, and there's Thailand, there's Mexico, Philippines, Netherlands, and USA. All these are the strong top six. So I was like, okay, I think top six is good enough for me. And
And
I,
then
I
you got
can't
to top three, not only top six, you made it to top three. How was the like mindset? Like how did you think in your brain like at that
believe.
moment?
I mean, like, if you were to see my reaction on the top six stage when they were to announce the last girl for the top three, I was like so happily, like smiling. Like, probably it's Miss Philippines or Miss Thailand. So I was like shocked. I was like tapping Miss Philippines. I think it's you. Then she was like, no, it's you. There's one moment like we do that, like on stage. Then I was so shocked, like, oh my God, like, is this real? Like, oh my God, am I in top three? Like, top three is like the highest level and position that Singapore got for international stage in pageantry. I was like, okay, I think, okay, maybe third, So I didn't expect like to hold hands with
Uh-huh.
Miss
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, I think this is a good placement for me. I think whatever position that I have, whatever placement, I think it's good enough. I thank God for all this. Like when I close my eyes, I was like, I look up, I was like, it's a good one for me. I think irregardless, sometimes when people say like the opportunity does not belongs to any of the placement, but if you have one, I think it's a good one for you. I think God plans well for us. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, and I think like especially like you said, because you come from a non-pageant country, like pageantry is not a big thing in Singapore. So it's kind
Yeah.
of nice to see like new countries. It feels a bit refreshing to see like smaller countries place really high or even win. So for me, when I saw like I already had you. Like for me, I was not surprised that you made it to the top three first of all.
Really?
Let's just get that clear. But let's say for you or like someone who may not expect Singapore in top three, I was like, this is what happens when you first of all you are prepared, you had the international experience, you had the advocacy social project, and also you're good at speaking. So for me, I was not surprised. And also you're good at walking, so you had everything prepared. So I don't
Really?
think
Were
you
you
should have like
there?
doubted yourself that you made it that far. Like no, because you had it all. You were like a complete package, and you were the only Asian in the top three as well. You cannot forget that. So you made all of us proud.
Thank you.
After I heard the answer, I said, okay, it's gonna be Singapore or Netherlands. I feel like they're gonna hold hands, and it was you two.
Oh my God, yeah. I think each of us individually did our best. I think it's also depends on the destiny, like the placement that we have. I think Miss Netherlands deserves to win because she have a strong story about herself, about her life back then, and I think quite inspiring for our community also. And she deserves she's well
Yes,
deserved to be a queen.
she
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Mm.
And I just want all the people, especially let's say if you're from small countries, look at Qatrisha right here. She has done an amazing job. So you don't have to be from a pageant country to
Right.
make it successful. So I want you to be part of that, obviously. And also I'm sure now next year we have going to have tons of Singaporean trans women who will be like fighting to apply for the Miss International
Yeah,
Singapore title, I'm sure, because of you. Yeah.
definitely. Of course, after the placement I have, I think I would like to advocate more on our community and the society to accept people like us. And I think it's about time for us to shine and bring more of younger generation to the next level, like to where I'm at. And of course, definitely you have to believe yourself and definitely you have to follow your hearts. You don't have to think about what other people have to say about you. If you're confident enough, just go for it and try. You wouldn't know where you're at.
Sure. Do you have any message that you'd like to give to the younger generation? Maybe, like I said, of course, Singaporean, but also there are a lot of others, trans women, especially the Muslim trans women. That
Yes, of course. Definitely. I think whatever I have to say before, definitely you just have to be yourself. You just have to break the boundaries. That's where you overcome your fear. To be visible enough for you to go out there to show people what you have, and definitely you must have a positive mind in order for you to be out there to meet other people from around the world, and of course, always I've said it a lot of time, follow your hearts to achieve your dreams. And definitely one day it's gonna be there for you. And if it's meant to be and it's meant to be, you just
yes.
have to go up the boundaries, yes, overcome anything. And that's where you have your own story to share, like how you feel and how you overcome your fear. I think it's about time you can rise and shine and to be who you truly are as an individual.
Great. That was a lovely message. So now we're coming to the end of the interview, and I just want to talk to you about. I'm sure you have heard of this. The Miss Universe pageant is an inclusive pageant about empowering women, regardless of your gender identity or whether you're married, pregnant, a single mother, and also a trans woman also allowed to join the Miss Universe pageant. And I'm sure you have heard of the news that this year we have a proud transgender woman from the Netherlands. Her name is Ricky. So she's joining the Miss Universe pageant. And first of all, what do you want to tell her? Like, if you could, let's say, she watches this interview, any message you'd like to give her? Because at the moment, they're having a lot of positive, but also at the same time, there's a lot of negative media, kind of making fun of us. So, any message you'd like to give her?
Well, I find that she did a good job, like as a great representation for our community,
Uh-huh.
and I think when she entered beauty pageant, she have her own message for her to share to the world. Like, and I felt that Ricky did a good job in her Q&A and her stage presence, presentation, and for me, I find that Miss Universe give this a great platform for all women, irregardless. except for the age limit, but all women out there. I think it's a great platform. It's more like an inclusivity and also more like people being themselves,
Yes.
irregardless of your married, your trans woman. As long as you identify yourself as a woman, I think you can be up there to show and also to spread positivity and great messages you want the universe to hear about yourself. I think Ricky is one of our great representation. If we don't have any more other countries that accept trans women in Miss Universe in their own country, I think she will be a great representation for all of us, as especially the LGBTQIA community. She did a really good job. I think she's beautiful. I hope that she will have this message to share on the international stage to be a great representation for all of us here.
Yes, that's a great message. And also, I need to talk about the age limit. At the moment, you're 32, right? Is that
Yeah,
correct? So let's
32.
say that they extend the age limit for the next edition, for the next year, to let's say 35. So would you consider joining the Miss Universe Singapore pageant?
If they were to extend the age limit 35, I think I wouldn't mind to join with the experience I have. I think it's about time. I mean, right now to make it a change
Yes.
for us. And also this year, like, the Miss Universe Singapore organization did approach me, like, do you want to join? I was like, I'm sorry, I would love to join Miss Universe Singapore, but the age doesn't allow me to. Then they asked like, how old are you? I said, I'm 32. I know their age limit is 28.
Yep.
So she was like, oh my God, it's such a shame, like such a waste. Like, we have a great representation to actually compete for this pageant. And I was like, I'm so sorry, like, I can't, don't be sorry. I think they invited me to come for their coronation, which is on the 16th. If they were to extend the age limit, I don't mind to join. Yeah.
Oh, I hope they do because the current reigning queen from the USA, Albany
Yeah.
Gabriel, Miss
Spoke
Universe,
about it.
she also talked about it because she's actually 28. Like she is one of
Yes.
the oldest Miss Universe winners, and she have been very advocated, very vocal about extending the age limit. So if they do next year, I know at the moment you have the responsibility as the first runner-up. For after you pass the title, I would love to see you represent Singapore at the Miss Universe pageant because I think
I
you'll
hope
do an outstanding performance. I'm sure.
I,
I'm so happy to talk to you. And is there anything you'd like to tell to your our viewers or people watching this video? Anything you'd like to give to your followers, supporters?
Well, I would like to say thank you so much. I think I had my followers, my fans from around the world, and I'm so blessed that you guys support me and not just me and other queens from around the world who competed for Miss International Queen 2023. We would like to say, on behalf of them, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting us throughout our journey. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be known, like, be visible because of you guys. You guys reposted all our videos, create our videos. I think I would like to say thank you so much for all this, like this 2 months plus, like you guys been helping us, like to promote this and raise awareness about transgender beauty pageant. I think it's a great platform for me and also for other 21 girls from around the world who competed this year. Thank
Yes,
you.
please make sure to go support her, follow her on Instagram, which you can see on the screen, so we could follow her journey. And fingers crossed, we might see her in the Miss Universe pageant, guys. This is her telling us once they extend the age limit, we would love to see her in the Miss Universe pageant. And I'm just so happy to talk to you because I think
Thank
kind of can
you.
tell you were my favorite to win, right? Like from the
Thank
start, like I
you
had
for
you.
having me, of course, Pageant Empress. Your video, the one that you edited, I think is created more viewers for us a pageant fans to see, like, what's
Yes.
come. And definitely without the pageant fans, we wouldn't know what's the outcome and also
Uh-huh.
update. And yeah,
Yes.
we like to say thank you. And also the inspirations videos are all from our pageant fans. Definitely that you guys created so much of work on that. Thank you.
Yes.
Kudos.
And in the end, guys, once again, send her love, send her support, encouragement, because we really need it, especially as we are part of the LGBTQIA plus community. At the moment, some media are not being that nice, so let's just have the positive attitude and just be nice to each other and just empower each other. I think that's just super important. Saying that, I had a great time talking to you, and if you enjoyed our interview, our chat, it's more of a chat than an interview. Make sure to click the like button, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. It really helps this YouTube channel grow further as well. So saying that, bye from Thailand.